And welcome live to Alcyon Park here in Pitman, New Jersey. This is the championship game of the Diamond Classic, the 43rd edition. Here on BFA Sports, you're looking at the first pitch, getting ready to go. Williamstown, the number 8 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, the Crusaders of Bishop Eustace. That's Anthony Solometo. A lot of talk about Chase Petty as a pitcher that's going to go mid to late first round. Also, we have another pitcher, though, and this guy, Anthony Solometo. We'll talk about him in a second. I'm Chris Losey, along with Doug Stasic. And the coach, Tom Ryder, is here as well, as that pitch is inside the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. And, again, Tom, I said before, Chase Petty is the guy that everybody's getting a lot of ink on. Not much about Anthony Solometo, though. What does he bring to the table?
Number one, he's tall, he's lean, and he's left-handed.
So, and the left-handed part actually makes him more of a commodity.
Yes, it makes him a big commodity. Yep.
1 ball and 2 strikes. This is up high, 2-2. Actually, we have 3-1. So you can see the crowd. Of course, the scouts are here, but a guy like him is probably used to this by now.
Oh, yes, he is. He has to be. He's always on a big stage, even during the summertime.
Bobby DiDonato, the first one to face him. And the 3-1 is there for strike, and it's a full count. I'm not even going to bother mentioning there's about 9,000 umpires on the field, so Jim Tumolo is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. We'll get the rest of them in a second.
We got a full house out there tonight, don't we?
Yeah, right.
The umpires.
I might as well make a call from here.
Yep.
Here it comes, the 3-2. Lined in the right field. And caught as we got obstructed there. That's the first out of the inning.
It was nice play, though. Nice play.
Ian Petrutz with the catch in right field. So 1 out now. Missing in the lineup is Brody Colbert, by the way. Big-time star for this team, captain, football player as well. Usually the shortstop.
What happened?
That pitch is high. They don't say.
Okay, all right.
They don't say. This is Caden Doolin, the shortstop. Number 2. He'll be followed by Chris Montone. There's a strike. 1-1. You like the unis?
They're different. They're different. That's a Vanderbilt look, I think.
You don't like anything new, do you?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Yep.
1-1. At the knees, a called strike. 1-2, and a little demonstration from Caden Doolin in the batter's box. That's not going to sit well with Jim Tumolo. That won't last very long. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caden Doolin. Missed outside. 2-2. Again, we're just underway here in the Diamond Classic Championship on BFA Sports. Check your watch, right? Because
it started right on time, buddy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, rain's on its way.
Don't say that.
Doolin fouls that one away. We'll do it again. Joe Hartman Diamond Classic. Saw a lot of luminaries here, didn't you? You got Keith Williams next to you, longtime baseball coach and AD at Triton.
That's an SAT word right there, luminaries.
No, come on now.
They're like candles, right?
Yeah. Missed the outside corner, and the count runs full to Doolin. Chris Montone waits. Did you find a good parking spot?
Right in the big black truck.
That a guy. Oh, the Kia.
No, the big black truck.
Right that one.
Yep.
The 3-2. It's been right side fouled away again. Alcyon Park dressed up as usual. They really bring him in here.
Yes, they do. Plus, you smell them well-done hot dogs, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I thought you did.
I did.
I noticed you sniffing.
The 3-2. That's it, foul left side. Still 3-2. Third base umpire signaled it foul. Was out in the stands.
He was in the second row.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe need some help on that call.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do it again, the 3-2. And Doolin's battling him.
Yes, he is.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming.
Yes, it is.
For Caden Doolin. Just underway here, 1 out, top of the first, the Diamond Classic Final. Here on BFA, the number 1 seed, the Bishop Eustace Crusaders taking on the 8th seed, the Williamstown Braves. Another 3-2. Lifted in the air to right field. Petrutes again, and that's the second out of the inning.
Center fielder Chris Montone.
So now Chris Montone in center field tonight. Chris is a junior. One of those guys for Jimmy Slade, manager of Williamstown, can play anywhere in the outfield. It's nice to be versatile. Strike call. Outside. So early on, what do you think of Mr. Solometo there on the mound?
Got to start throwing strikes consistently, I think. You know, I mean, he's been, 3-2, 3-2 on 2 guys right away. 9 pitches on 1 at bat, 4 fouled off.
Deep counts will kill you.
Yes, they will.
The 1-1. Called strike, the bottom of the zone. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Wow.
Now Jimmy Slade from the coach's box yelling at Jimmy Tumalo. 1-2. Here it comes. Fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Braves center fielder Chris Montone. And Ryan H.E. is on deck. One, 2. It's the outside corner, 2-2. You know, when we had the Chase Petty game when he opened the season, same thing in the first inning, little jitters, and after that he hit the gas pedal and
just kept going at it. That's
yeah.
all. Yep. Well, the big thing is no matter what level you play, as long as you're throwing strikes, you're in good shape.
It's a 2-2 to Montone. Got a piece of it. And we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the first, Diamond Classic Final here on BFA. And the 2-2. Just getting a piece, and he got more Trey Martin, the catcher, and he's down. So Tumalo will give Martin all the time he needs. It was in a very sensitive area.
I would say that says it all right there.
Mm-hmm. Sportscasting 101. Never speculate on an injury. Just hope for the best. Sam Tropiano out there. Long-time skipper here at Eustace. Training staff as well. Puts a lull in the crowd, that's for sure.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Trey Martin, he's a freshman catcher, too. I mean, that's a tall task.
Oh, absolutely.
To catch a kid like Solometo.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And not to go back to the left-handed point, but it's just a little bit harder also.
Sure. He's laughing about it now, so. Might be asking if there's something else he could put in that water. Take the edge off a little bit.
Some high-test H2O right there.
Absolutely. He's. How about this?
Yep. And you said he's a freshman, too,
I
right?
did. So
He's
Martin
he's
gets
a big
up.
Boy. He's a big boy.
So I think they're going to let
Throw a couple pitches probably.
Might have a few. Why not?
A few pitches, yep.
Well, he says he's going to try it.
He's going to go get him.
Okay.
You know, had trouble getting that out.
So we've got a 2-2 count to Chris Montone, the Braves center fielder. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the first in the Diamond Classic Final on BFA.
Here in Pitman, New Jersey.
Yep. The 2-2. Another foul ball. Well, Montone's on him.
Yes, he is. A lot of history in this area. It used to be a horse race track one time, then a dirt track for race cars, and I had a big, real big.
Finally got him.
Good job.
Solometo's first strikeout. Braves go down 1-2-3. Eustace will bat in the bottom of the first in the Diamond Classic Final here on BFA. No score.
Right fielder Ian Petrus.
So you're looking at the Williamstown pitcher, number 25. He is Greg Zerbe, the older brother of Zach Zerbe for the Braves. And leading off is Ian Petrus in right field. He had a pair of putouts in the top of the first inning. There's the lineup that Zerbe's going to face. It's Ian Petrus, Nick Sulpizio, it's batting second, David Oliva, Sebastian Pisacredia is the catcher, Raf Rogers, Matt Augustin, Christian Oveka, Andrew Auerbach. Pitches down low, 1 ball, no strikes. So if we had it wrong, it was Sebastian Pisacredia who is the catcher that was hurt, not Trey Martin.
Okay.
It was a 19 out of 15. Hit on the ground in the hole at second and off of Cerrucci, so that'll be probably ruled a hit.
That'll be a base hit, yeah.
So Eustace gets a start with their first man on base in the first.
Second baseman Nick Sulpizio.
Here's the second baseman, Nick Sulpizio. With the man on, Zerbe deals. Off speed, runner breaks, throw is high. And stolen base. And Petrus is in scoring position on the first pitch.
That was a great job if he was guessing off-speed pitch. I'll tell you that right now. That was a great job.
That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bobby DiDonato was catching for the Braves. Not in right field, so we'll fix that in the leadoff spot. Very good catcher, by the way, too. The 1-1. Off speed is there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a good pitch. Real good pitch.
Zerbe, the senior, 6'2", 205. Petrus leading off at second. And the 1-2 is down low, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. Eustace threatening already. Petrus with a base hit. Stole second on the next pitch. Here comes the 2-2. That hook is fouled away.
Yes, it is.
Throwing a lot of off speed early on.
Yeah, yep.
There's the split box that we'd like to show you. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up toward the fence, and it'll go out of play. At least we got a good look at Bobby DiDonato coming right at us.
Yes, we did.
So another 2-2 coming to Nick Sulpizio. Right side. No tag, and that's the first out of the inning. We're kind of screened off here, so.
Yeah, especially in right field.
Yeah. And since they've all hit the right field, we go to the monitor.
Just go to the monitor right
Exactly. David Oliva, the first baseman. Fouls the first pitch back. 1 strike to Oliva.
Both teams can come out aggressively at the plate in the first inning, both of them.
Petrutz leading off second. 0-1 is up high. It's 1-1. So, Doug, are we getting screened in the C position today?
We're probably getting screened in C, D. I've never seen so many umpires. I thought there was more umpires than players on the field.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I hope they don't get anything drastically wrong, because if they do, it's going to be a long conference.
You know, it's funny. If Zerbe gets Oliva out here, though, Coach, he's got a chance to get out of this inning. No, runner breaks, and DiDonato's throw goes into left field. And Petrutz is going to come around and score the first run of the game. So the pressure from Sam Tropiano has given Eustace a 1-0 lead here. Pitch was a ball, and it's 2-2. Base is empty now, and 1-0 Eustace.
One thing I really like about Eustace is the fact that if you look at the third base coach, he's still giving signals with his hands. He's not shouting out numbers or don't have a clipboard down there. Kind of more traditional.
2-2 just misses inside, and it's now a full count. Well, it didn't take long for the Braves bench to get fired up about ball strikes. The 3-2. Hit on the ground to first. And that's not going to be a play. So that'll be an error for McIntyre's, went off his glove. And with 1 out, the Crusaders have another base runner. And here's Tyler Griswold.
Catcher Sebastian Pisacreta.
Well, they changed the numbers on us. So that's what happened. Sebastian Pisacreta is the catcher today, Coach. And he's wearing 29 instead of 19.
So they changed numbers on you. Okay, all right, we're good with that.
They changed numbers on us. So my apologies. I'm sure Mrs. Trey Martin or the mother was watching and like, oh no, not my son. Well, it was Sebastian, but fortunately he's okay. 1 ball, no strikes. A leave at first and 1 down. A run in here in the bottom of the first. I've got a good question for Keith, by the way. As that pitch hits the corner, it's 1-1. Keith, what do we do in the event of rain? Are we here all night? Yeah. Okay, good answer. 1-1. Here it comes. Curveball, it's up the middle, and it gets through. Pisacreta reaches with a single, and Eustace still going first and second with 1 out.
I think the answer was very well said, but I think maybe we should have left that question out of here.
Shortstop, Raf Rogers.
Well, you know me. I'm looking for a way out of here, It's late. It's getting late early. A run in for the Crusaders. They have first and second and one out here in the Diamond Classic Final. Here on BFA, Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, and the coach Tom Ryder. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Being aggressive early is going to be super important here for both squads.
And not just at the plate, too, Doug, on the base paths as well.
You have to force the defense to make plays.
Right.
I mean, either or, that's a calling card. Coach Tropiano, been doing it for years. I think with Williamstown, it's a bit of a different story. This is a different Williamstown style of baseball.
To third, on the bag for 1, and they're going to get out of it with a 5-3 double play. Nice job by Ryan Akey at third.
That was a very nice play. Very nice play.
So no further damage. 1 run for the Crusaders. After 1, it's 1-0 Eustace in the Diamond Classic Final here on BFA. Top of the second we go here in Pitman at Alcyon Park. 1-0 Eustace after 1. Here on BFA, Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Coach Tom Ryder with us.
Well, whether they want to hear it or not, that was a 20-minute inning, so you don't want that to happen.
All right,
all
well,
7 of them.
the Pitman Police Department is telling me we got to move our vehicle, so we might not have any shots except for center field here for a couple of minutes. Sorry, folks.
Bye, Doug.
Unbelievable.
Where do you want me to go here? I'll do it. Maybe not. It does keep getting better and better,
Yes,
right?
it does.
This is Akey to short. And 1 down.
Oh, we're still aggressive right away. You want to keep this aggressiveness going at the plate.
First baseman, Matt McIntyre.
Force Eustace to make the plays.
Here's Matt McIntyre. Let's see, I'll just push this button. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got it. Let's see, here we go.
You did really well.
Thank you.
That was a good pitch right there. Really
1
good
strike
pitch.
to McIntyre. Be followed by the pitcher Greg Zerbe here in the top of the second inning. Solometo got 2 quick strikes on McIntyre. You mentioned pitch count in the first inning. Got to be economical. Let's try this. There we go. Then we got it out. Very good.
There you go. You're doing,
All right.
doing an excellent job filling in
Sure.
there.
The 0-2. Just outside. It's 1-2. Whoops.
I mean, I used to respect you a lot when you're an umpire, but now you're proving it's all about you. You got 12 things going
Oh, my
on
God.
at the same time.
Keith, do me a favor. Watch the game here. Ball strikes. There you go. Just give it a quick tap. There you go. The 1-2 pitch. Missed outside.
Good
It's
pitch.
2-2. The Eustace bench thought that pitch was there. 2-2 to that man, the first baseman, McIntyre. Here's the 2-2. That's there, called strike 3. Second strikeout for Solometo. 2 outs in the inning. It'll bring up the pitcher, Zerbe.
Good job, Coach. That's out of my pay
Pitcher,
grade.
Greg Zerbe.
Not
good
even
job.
close. You get exactly as much as I get today.
That's high tech.
Zerbe, first pitch swinging, fouls it back. Here's a look at Zerbe. Told 6 feet, 205. Good with the bat. That's why he's in the lineup.
That's why he's in the lineup.
Yeah.
My 60 time definitely not as good as it used to be. Just gonna throw it out there.
You still look good. You still,
Thanks.
you're
Where's
not
the
breathing
truck?
that
One
hard.
strike pitch. That's in the dirt.
You're not breathing that hard, so that's a good sign.
Sebastian Pizzicrita, the catcher, took that nasty shot in the first inning. Just took another one. Now they're all relative after that, right?
They're all relative. I like that.
Yeah. Because when you get hit there, 1-1. It was there, and it's 1-2.
Solometo been sitting around 93 on the fastball.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball inside, 2-2.
I got to give a shout out to JT Kroger. Not only is he pumping me with information on the radar, but he was the one, along with Billy Gore, president of the South Jersey Baseball Coaches Association, that made this possible. It's a beautiful setting at Alcyon Park.
It's a nice change up.
Third strikeout for
Nice off-speed
Solometo.
pitch.
Sorry, go ahead.
Very nice off-speed pitch right there. Good job.
3 Ks, inning over. Go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Eustace here on BFA. Eustace back on offense here in the bottom of the second, but Coach, it was a 5-3 double play that got the Braves out of a jam where it could have been a lot worse.
Oh, absolutely. Started out a little bit of a trumpet starter in the beginning, top of the inning, and then I tell you what, they took control defensively and did what they had to do.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there, folks, not to cut you off there, Coach, but if the storm is a-coming, our equipment is extremely allergic to water.
You know,
And now
Murphy's in the building somewhere.
and you know the truck now is about 2 football fields away when it used to be about 50 feet.
Nice. What did he say? My chief wants you to move it. I like how they do that. Yeah, I don't want you to move it. My chief wants you to move it. 2 quick strikes to Augustine. That's up the middle, and that's going to get through. 4th hit for the Crusaders. And he's a leadoff base runner for Christian Oveka.
Are you assuming the officer didn't want to take credit for it? You got to move the truck. Is that what you're assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
68. Christian Oveka squares the bunt, bunts it foul. And give a shout out to Keith Williams, who's now doing the ball strikes for us.
Yeah, I got to tell you, much appreciated, because I had one too many hats.
Did you hear what he said?
No,
Yes, you did.
Very exciting.
Yes, you did.
1 on, nobody out. 1 strike pitch coming to Oveka. Bounced foul.
Good breaking pitch here.
That's us. There's Keith in the shot. You can give a little wave right there.
There it is.
There he is.
There he is.
Triton golf shirt. Zerbe with a peek. And the 2-strike pitch. That's hit pretty well to left field. That is deep. Caught by Bridges. That's the second out of the inning.
Third baseman Andrew Auerbach.
Correction, that's the first out. I'm kind of hoping, right?
Oh, boy. Stop hoping and just keep announcing. That's all you got to do. You'll be good to go.
Pickoff throw. McIntyre's got to field that one on a hop. That's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Andrew Auerbach, Crusader third baseman. Runner breaking, it's bounced to short. Doolin comes up firing in time for the out. That's the second out of the inning.
Very good job.
Two outs, a runner in scoring position.
Designated hitter Trey Martin.
This is Trey Martin. He's the DH in the 9th spot. 2 outs, a runner in scoring position for the Crusaders. They have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second of the Diamond Classic Final. That fastball's up high. Oh boy. That's future weather you're looking at, right?
I'm about to check it out.
Very pretty colors on the way from radar. Strike call.
It's a real nice picture right there. Look at that one.
Yeah. It's because Doug's on the switcher now.
You were holding your own, pal. Don't worry.
No. The 1-1. 1-2. So 1-2, the DH Trey Martin, top of the order Ian Petrutz awaits. He has the only run scored. Just got a piece of that. Still 1-2.
So good old foul back right off the face mask.
1-2 again. Got him chasing. Zerbe with a strikeout ends the inning. No runs for Eustace. We'll go to the third here in the Diamond Classic Final. It's 1-0 Eustace here on BFA. Welcome back to the Diamond Classic, and that is a look at Ugly. That's what's coming in our direction. You can see the pin, and that's what's headed our way, and it's going to be close. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock tonight. That's us in Pitman, New Jersey tonight. We've got a slight chance of it. And, Coach, you were keeping track of the time of that inning. It's getting better.
We went 20 minutes in the first inning and 10 minutes in the second inning. That's a good sign.
Well, that
That's
doesn't
not a
sound
good
too
sign.
good. No.
You hungry, Chris?
Yeah. I believe that was my pay tonight, too, if I'm not mistaken. So, which is bad for you.
Yeah.
Because I'm really hungry. Top of the third for the Braves. Kyle Bridges will lead off.
Well,
Left fielder.
here's a first.
Mm-hmm.
We have a center fielder, not the umpire, in our view. Becca.
That's at the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That would be the 8th position.
Keith, the game's this way, Keith. I know he's looking at the sky. Solometo from the wind, and the 1-1 is bounced foul. 1 and 2. Solometo has 3 strikeouts in this classic final. What happened to the T-shirts? Do they still print the T-shirts or no? No more of the T-shirts?
Classic T-shirts. They did an online store this year.
Here comes the 1-2. That's there. Called strike 3. Number 4 for Solometo. And 1 out in the 3rd.
Solometo absolutely dealing. As I look at this shot from the first base camera, very, what did you say it was before? Luminous?
A luminary.
A luminary.
As in like a superstar or a,
Gotcha.
you know, a personality. You know, like Keith Williams. Roccabaldo swings and misses at that one.
He's appeared to settle in now.
That would be, yeah.
He's appeared to settle in.
Joey Roccabaldo, very good linebacker for the football team. On his way to Rowan, he bounces that one foul. 2 quick strikes on Roccabaldo. To be followed by Matt Cerrucci. 1 out top of the 3rd, 1-0 Eustace here on BFA. Two-strike pitch to Roccabaldo. Got him. Got him chasing. That's the 5th strikeout, and that's the 2nd out of the 3rd inning.
Second baseman Mike Cerrucci.
So you know when
There's
that.
Cerrucci, you got him now.
Yep. When that draft comes, you're going to hear this name fouled away.
Oh, that's a definite.
Misses with that. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's as if somebody turned the lights off. It has gotten very dark. But we've got a window, if you saw from the radar, to get this thing moving. Here's the 1-1. Strike call inside corner. You guys saw Solometo. You saw him. Where'd you see him at?
We saw him at the Thank You Classic. Solometo absolutely dirty. They played Don Bosco.
That's dirty.
Yes, it is.
Big slide piece, 6 strikeouts, inning over. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd here on BFA. 1-0 Eustace. Well, for someone who really is old school, we go to radar. Coach, how's that look to you?
Looks like it's moving right across the area.
It is. So the estimated time of arrival for the rain looks like, what, about maybe 7:30. Bottom of the 3rd, Ian Petrutz will lead off. Single and a run scored. He has scored the only run of the game thus far.
He is a bad man.
Yes, he is.
In a good way.
And he actually made a nice catch in the 1st inning out there in right field.
One strike to him. Square to bunt. That pitch is there, and it's 0-2.
I think that's what one of the many things that is impressive about Petrutz. He's a power hitter, cleanup hitter in most lineups. He's at the top lineup here, and he's never afraid to drop a bunt.
We're sending one to short. Doolin slides, but he's got no play at first. So another hit for Petrutz. He's on for the second straight time. And he leads off the third for Nick Sulpizio.
Second baseman, Nick Sulpizio.
Nick go for one with a ground ball, but on that play, it was when Petrutz stole second.
Yes, it was.
Which he probably will do soon. Square to bunt, called strike. One strike to the second baseman, Nick Sulpizio, to be followed by David Oliva. Zerbe steps off. Got to break the rhythm, right,
yes,
Coach?
you do. Yep, got to break his rhythm. Got to get his feet staying still, not constantly moving.
Not running. Strike two, curveball inside corner. Two quick strikes to Sulpizio with Petrutz at first and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Oh, 2. Chopped at the plate at third. Akey's throw is in time for the out. Petrutz moves up to second, like a carbon copy of the first inning.
Yes, it is.
David Oliva.
And with one out, that'll bring up Oliva. 0 for 1 on the evening. So in the bottom of the third, 1-0 Eustace.
Change sides on the right on the bottom somewhere, I think it is.
Wild pitch gets through. Petrutz will reach third easily.
There you go, you're good.
Great job, Keith Williams.
Greatly appreciate Keith jumping in here.
Super job.
Now fix the count because it's 1 ball and no strikes, please. Thank you. There's our split
Tough
score.
crowd.
Split 1-0. 1-0. That was the first pitch to Oliva. Petrutz at third. It's a big batter here. Into the air. Third. Going foul. Akey runs out of room. Or
Look how
what
far
did he run
you
out?
came, Coach. You came from carrying seeds for Bob Arrow to work in that technology.
Ran out of real estate is what he did.
That's what he,
Yes, he did.
Here it comes from the windup, the 1-1. Just misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Whoop. Everybody saw that lightning. Chased a high fastball, and it's now 2-2.
No, they didn't. Why did you bring it up?
It was the light that was,
It was a light.
flickering in the
light
bank.
bulb went out.
Yeah.
I got it. You're good.
Yeah.
I'll cover for you.
The 2-2. Off speed, and it's lifted in the air to left. Bridges coming in. Doolin going out, makes a great catch. Caden Doolin at short for the second out of the inning in the third, and now Zerbe can get out of it.
Catcher Sebastian
Yeah,
Desagrita.
tremendous instincts. Turned around, made a track as if he was a wide receiver basket catch. Willie Mays style.
Somebody's got to get that speaker and lower the bass on that speaker behind us.
Yeah.
Just turn around and get to the spot.
That's right. Pizzicrita now. First pitch up high. Now time is requested by the catcher DiDonato, and he'll get it.
I think we had a little mix-up with pitches there, I think.
I would agree.
DiDonato, pound for pound, one of the best players in South Jersey. Very underrated, super excited for the kid. Pretty much out-hustles and outworks 9 out of 10 kids. So to see him getting this opportunity, being the top of the lineup for the Braves in a big season, pretty awesome stuff.
1-1.
Yes, it is.
Can I say I know his father or no?
Sure.
I do know his father. South Philly's own. Here's the 1-1. Line to right, and by McIntyre, a base hit. Petrutz comes home. It's 2-0 Crusaders. RBI single by Sebastian Piscicrita.
That's a very good piece of hitting right there.
Big 2-out hit for the Crusaders, and they'll bring up Ralph Rogers, the shortstop.
Ralph Rogers.
Struck out his first time up.
You know, a lot of times college scouts, college coaches too, look what does the player do with 2 outs, okay? And he just did the job with 2 outs. College scouts will look at that,
Big,
Oppo.
especially with runners on base.
big time clutch hit.
Yep.
Rogers starts off with a strike. Strike call. 2 strikes to Rogers with 2 outs and a run in here in the bottom of the 3rd. Rogers, the sophomore. Shortstop. Curveball down the line. It's fair. That's going to be extra bases. Piscicrita holds up at second. And Eustace with 2 on and 2 out here in the 3rd. From Matt Augustin.
Fielder Matt Augustin.
Augustin lined out his first time up. 2-0 Crusaders in the bottom of the 3rd.
Matt
Zerbe.
Augustin's been a pleasant surprise. So he's known for his arm and his pitching, but he's done an awesome job playing in the outfield. Multiple clutch hits. Guy's a double machine.
And only a sophomore. There's a strike call, 1-1. Got brighter.
Yes, it did.
Take brighter.
I tried to tell you, it was moving across the screen.
You were right. You were right. Right out of here. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 1-1. Down and away, and it's 2-1. Lots of people here in Alcyon
Yes.
Park. Definitely in the 4 digits.
I would say so.
2-1. Strike call. And it's 2-2. Keith, I'm going to give you about 20 minutes, and you're going to get an accurate guess as to the attendance tonight, all right? 20 minutes. Start the clock on him. The 2-2 with 2 outs. Just missed outside. Zerbe wanted it, didn't get it.
Yes, he did.
So the count is full to Matt Augustin. Hopped the second. That was a weird play,
Yes,
but
it was. Yep.
fielded by Cerrucci. It ends the inning. Another run, though, for the Crusaders. We'll go to the 4th in the Diamond Classic Final. 2-0 Bishop Eustace on BFA. We are in the top of the 4th now here in the Diamond Classic Final. Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Tom Ryder, Keith Williams, who probably doesn't want to get in the shot, but he's joining us as well on the score. There he goes.
There he
Nah,
is. There he
come
is.
on, you got to
He's
get in
there.
there.
Good
There
job. Good job.
There he is.
Yeah.
Got his hand in there.
2-0. Eustace is in front. The Diamond Classic Championship. The top-seeded Bishop Eustace Crusaders doing what they have been doing all year long. As you like to say, push the envelope.
Well, you have to push the envelope, and when you got a guy like Solometo on the mound, you're empowered to do so. He's a guy that can make up for a lot of mistakes, and what coach wouldn't want to take risk with him on the mound? Not a better guy to have your back. You know, speaking of Solometo, so we got a first base camera shot. I will tell you that our first base cameraman has caught Solometo many summers, and he's also caught many of professional players. And I'm not going to name the names that he said, but on the ride here, he said, I'm telling you right now, he's like, Anthony Solometo is by far the greatest pitcher that I've ever caught, and that is on top of the professional guys that I've caught bullpens for. So, first-hand knowledge right there.
I like
Fourth
that. That's
inning.
very good. I think I heard that same thing coming up here, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yes,
looking
I
for the
did.
cameraman. It's Mike Frankel, and then I see our guy through Mike Frankel. All
Okay.
right.
Good
Bobby
job.
DiDonato leading off the fourth inning here for the Braves. They trail 2-0. Swinging foul down the third base line.
Got a couple of sprinkles, boys, and I'm not
Yes.
talking about ice cream sundaes.
Six.
Yep.
6 strikeouts for Solometo.
Big-time crowd here. A lot of scouts to see King Solometo.
Comes from the side.
Again, J.T. Kroger did a tremendous job of getting Alcyon Park for the Diamond Final here. He and Billy Gore working on getting a neutral site, which everyone always enjoys, but the sight lines in this place are amazing. And talking about guys that continue to cover it, you know, we got Kevin Minnick, NJ.com, his article today about what is it going to take for Williamstown to try to pull this one off. I thought it was outstanding, gave a lot of insight.
Another strikeout victim, 7.
But
Solometo.
I can't stress enough, though, for those that are watching the live stream and they enjoy the coverage of South Jersey baseball, you got to subscribe. I mean, it is cheap to subscribe to NJ.com. It is cheap to subscribe to the Courier Post, as Josh Friedman is flanked over here along the fence as well. But when you see these backstories and you see the interest pieces, this, in essence, is measure of effectiveness. So if you want to continue to see more stories and more coverage and get more guys out here, it's exactly what it is that you need to do.
Caden Doolin now fouls that one away. Count even at 1-1.
You know, like I know for me, well, I work the Twitter account every single morning. I subscribe to all of the local coverage, and it's pretty awesome. Like, these guys are a bit of a fraternity that you guys just can't understand or appreciate. And speaking of Kevin, shout out to his son. Just graduated from Georgetown University, so I know he's a proud papa for that one. But, again, let's do it. Let's rally and continue to subscribe.
Bounce to third. Hour back. That was
Solometo.
with the field.
With
They
the
couldn't get him.
hops.
We got screened there, then it was Solometo off the mound that actually fielded that.
Yes, it was. Yep.
So Doolin reaches. That'll be an infield single. And here is the center fielder, Chris Bontone. Struck out his first time up. 7 Braves went down swinging or looking thus far. 1 out. That's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. And
That was a good job by the catcher.
Pisacreta's got a lot of pressure on him, too, because that would shut down the Braves' running attack. However, you know, balls in the dirt that get away. It's only a 2-run game right now. 1-0. That's there, 1-1.
One hit can go a long way, but right now, if you're the Braves, you got to make something happen. You need to force a guy like Pisacreta to throw the ball down. You need to force Solometo to make a throw over to first and have Oliva try to catch it. You got to do something here.
1-1, way outside. Pisacreta fakes it. 2 balls and a strike. Do you know anything?
That was a good job by you there, because I was just about ready to make that simple say, they need to make something happen. It was very good.
Yeah, Coach, they got to put the foot on the gas.
Yes, they do.
The 2-1. Missed outside, 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to Montone, and Ryan Akey on deck, the cleanup batter. Braves looking to make some noise here in their half of the 4th. It's a throw over.
I mean, I know it's a baseball cliche, but Solometo has to throw strikes. And the Braves, Williamstown, they got to put the ball in play.
Yeah.
That's the way they got to make things happen. Not big on cliches, but that's the bottom line.
The other
there.
challenge is Solometo has so many moving parts to his delivery.
That's ball 4.
That's what I said
Should
about
be.
that mysterious catcher coming up here. That's what makes him so effective.
Yeah. Now he
I mean, I was talking to JT Kroger about that too. You let this kid go.
yeah.
You don't try to make a whole lot of changes.
Pisacreta threw down anyway, but it was ball 4. So now the Braves have 2 on and 1 out.
Right.
Here in the 4th for the cleanup batter, Akey.
Well, even think about being the would-be base stealer. This guy has so many moving pieces. What do you use as a cue? Do you look at his foot? Do you look at his knee? Oh.
That's in the dirt. Pisacreta can't find it. Doolin goes to third. Montone stays at first, so now the Braves have runners at the corners with 1 out.
We'll see if Coach Tropiano brings up the infielders.
But that's kind of a thing there, too. I'm not being critical. I mean, the kid went to third on the wild pitch, pass ball. The other kid should have broken, went to second also.
Oh,
he
man.
goes, you go.
You know, I didn't even realize he didn't
Because-
follow him.
Because that changes the game really quick.
You got to go here.
I would agree. Not going. And Akey fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Braves' third baseman with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. 2-0 Eustace. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at that pitch. Like Doug said, a lot of moving parts from the lefty and a lot of different velocities, too. I mean, you can say that was a changeup.
Yes, you could say that, I think, yeah. Yep.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Akey. Struck him out. Number 8.
That might have been something off speed, too, I think.
That's the 2nd out of the inning.
So I'll give you my sources. Former St. Augustine prep catcher, Drew Stasek, yeah, same name, my son. He was saying that Solometo's fastball has so much movement on it, it looks like most guys' sliders. Like, that's how much movement there actually is into the mitt. He said he had fits to kind of get used to it the first pen that they worked together. And then kind of throughout the summer, it was one of those deals that they actually enjoyed really working together. And he insisted that he was the man behind the lens today so he could get a front row seat.
There you go.
Nice. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt McIntyre. Fouls that one back, and it's 1-1.
And if there's one thing we know about South Jersey baseball is that you never have a St. Augustine Hermit give a Bishop Eustace Crusader any kind of compliment.
Not a whole lot.
Almost never.
Yeah.
Well,
But you know what? We were there when he first caught him at Kulik's house.
Yeah,
We
Coach
were
Ryan
there.
Kulik, Rutgers Camden, the Complete Pitcher Academy.
But that's not a geographical rivalry, right? That's at the knees, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's just one of those time-honored traditions. That's what it is.
Solometo 1 pitch away from getting out of this mini jam. 1st and 3rd and 2 outs. Just gets a piece of it with the runner breaking. Now it's 1-2.
Got Nathan Rohde, the National Scouting Director, the Prep Baseball Report behind the pen. Possibly I'm going to coax him in to join us, but he's got literally the best seat in the house right now.
1-2 is outside. Montone will steal second. So now the Braves have 2nd and 3rd, and a 2-2 count at the plate.
This here is the biggest pitch for Solometo of the day right now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Josh Friedman's got his camera ready.
Matt McIntyre, the 2-2, struck him out.
Wow.
Inning over. 9 strikeouts for Solometo. The Braves strand 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 2-0 Eustace here on BFA.
For Bishop Eustace in the bottom half of the fourth inning.
Go to the bottom of the fourth here in the Diamond Classic Championship game. BFA Sports coverage, live. Chris Losey along with Doug Stasic, along with Tom Ryder. And I would know him as the Rutgers Camden baseball coach back in 2003, Keith Williams. Bunt try is fouled from Oveka.
And I would know him as the West Effort Storm coach back in the 1990s.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Joe Galera, Jim O'Brien, Keith Williams, Bob Ara. You're surprised I remember all that, huh?
Not. Oveka sends one in the hole and through for a base hit on the right side. Another leadoff runner for the Crusaders. That's 3 in their last 4.
Third baseman Andrew Auerbach.
I was just about ready to jinx this fine young man from Williamstown because he's done a good job pitching. He really has. He's kind of kept him off stride, and he's done his job.
That's Greg Zerbe on the mound. Fastball, runner breaking. DiDonato's throws on the money, and he's out.
Oh, boy.
Great job there by Bobby DiDonato. Quick release, stayed low, right through the ball, ice in his veins. And the best part was he actually waited for that pitch to come, still bought himself the strike. The look at Bobby DiDonato.
That was a very good job from the receiver behind the plate. Very good job.
So Becca's erased.
Covered him a bit in the summer as he was out there with MSI.
To short, Doolin, and that's 2 quick outs. Caden Doolin in there for Brody Colbert.
Yeah, fast and furious with the pitches here.
We could use it.
Things have really sped up since the first inning.
Oh, he did it.
Oh, Lord,
He
love
just did
a
it.
duck.
He just did it.
This guy.
You thought I was going to do it.
Oh, man.
And he did it. That pitch is down low.
I
that-
just meant from the pitch count and making
Yeah.
the plays from that standpoint, from a baseball standpoint.
1 ball, no strikes. That's at the knees. It's 1-1.
So I know we're kind of quickly approaching the midpoint of the game. I do have I have a couple, like I said, these aforementioned media guys around us, so I'm going to try to see if I can coax some of these guys with the headset.
That's ripped foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So we got Josh Friedman of the Courier Post. He's flanking my right. We got Kevin Minnick flanking my left. JT Kroger. Kroger was actually telling me, and I'm kind of talking out loud, but
Yeah.
I believe from the NJ.com that we're looking at the number 1 and number 2 teams in their state rankings right now on the field. Maybe I can get a nod, or maybe I'm not supposed to know that yet.
That's a nugget. That's strike 3. Inning over. No runs for Eustace. We'll go to the top of the 5th. It's still 2-0 Crusaders here on BFA. Going to the bottom of the 5th rather, in our Diamond Classic Championship game here in Pitman. Fast mover, 2-0. Eustace is in front of Williamstown. Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Tom Ryder, Keith Williams, and we are joined by none other than our good friend from the Courier Post, Josh Friedman. And Josh, the first question I would have for you would be that are these the 2 ranked teams in the state, 1 and 2?
I'm the wrong person to ask about that. I don't know the North Jersey as well as some of my other colleagues.
Well, how about your mean 15?
My mean 15, these are my top 2 teams. But
Yeah.
before I say anything else, I got to say, Losey, Did you really just say we got a fast mover going on here with rain?
He started it.
With rain approaching,
started it.
You really had the gall to say fast mover, man. I don't know. You might have to take your microphone away. I mean, that's poor form right there. I'm not going to.
He started it right there. That man right there.
Yeah.
He started. He said it first. He jinxed us. Sorry, it's the top of the 5th here.
BFA Williamstown in the top half of the 5th inning. Pitcher Greg Zerbe.
Yeah, but these are my top 2 teams. Eustace, obviously, with the pitching all year. And Williamstown's been as good a hitting team as I've seen. Obviously today, Solometo's, been pitching pretty well. But that doesn't take away from how good this team, Williamstown's team's been, how deep they are with their bats. They feel confident, whoever's up to the plate. Obviously, they are missing a big one, though, without Brody Colbert, who's been, their leadoff hitter, the most consistent hitter all season. I know he's nursing an ailment here. I think they want to just make sure he's 100% for the playoffs, and certainly no insult to the Diamond Classic, but the state championship, South Jersey championship does come before the Diamond Classic, no matter how prestigious this tournament is. So I totally understand that call, but does take a little bit of pop out of this Williamstown lineup for sure.
As you're looking at Greg Zerbe with 2 quick strikes, Josh, the seedings come out, and there's a called strike 3, and that's number 10 for Solometo. The seedings come out, and basically, you guys handle that after the automatic bids, correct?
Correct. That was myself, Kevin Minnick, and Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City. The coaches determined the teams that we're in, and we did our best to seed them as correctly as possible. Just like with the rankings, it's not easy. There were some, not arguments, but certainly some, back and forth on where we thought teams should be, and we felt pretty comfortable with the top 5 at the time. And then kind of after that, it was a bit of a up in the air situation.
Outside the bridges, 2-0. The Brave right fielder. Impressions thus far on Solometo, obviously.
This is my fourth time seeing him, third or fourth time seeing him now, and he continues to impress me. Every time he pitches, he's so calm. He's a guy who he can throw really hard, but he's so concerned about not issuing walks. That is, I've talked to him multiple times, and sorry, there's a 5-3.
Auerbach eats that up. Go ahead.
When I saw him after the, what was the last game we saw him at? West was 2 games ago. Shoot, I'm having a brain fart here.
2 games ago?
No, last game. What was his last game? It was.
That was the one he was up at
Trenton?
No, the homer. Petrus hit a 2-run homer to win it.
Yeah. And
I'm forgetting who they're playing.
I'm drawing a blank myself.
Anyway, he walked 3 guys, and he called his game just terrible. He was so upset.
Wow.
He struck out like 15 guys, and he was just distraught with how he pitched, walking 3 guys, giving up 2 hits with like 15 strikeouts.
Were you there at the West game?
That was the West game. That wasn't the West.
No,
that was the West game was the next game.
Roccabaldo with a seeing eye single, and he's a 2-out base runner here for the Braves, and that'll bring up Nat Cerrucci.
Yes, that was the West game. That video that blew up on Twitter was mine. So
yeah, you broke Twitter that day, by the way.
Which one were you? Because I saw 2 angles on it.
I was
the original.
I basically where I was right here. So I was on the
profile side.
Yeah, exactly. I got him coming down the line the whole way, and obviously the play. It was. Look, I'll be honest. My first reaction was he was out because I'm getting a point here to something. What's going on here?
How about the fact that Brody Colbert is going to pinch hit?
Oh, here we go. Okay, so there you go. Colbert's in the game.
Cerrucci.
So I spoke it into existence. He was taking some infield before the game. Obviously, he feels good enough. I'm not knowing Brody. I wouldn't be surprised if he fought his way into this game.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Brody. That guy is as fierce a competitor as you'll ever find. So I would not be surprised if he battled his coach into this game. He must feel all right. And I certainly don't disagree with it. If he feels good enough, get him in the game. Let him see what he can do and see if Williamstown can manufacture runs. They've got Solometo up to 70 pitches in 4 innings, which is high for him. He is usually very efficient. He is not on pace to finish this game.
Snap throw on the swing and the miss.
So I like the idea. Maybe try and get to him a little early and get him out of this game. As good as Bishop Eustace pitching staff is, Solometo is definitely the top guy. So if you can get him out of the game before 6th, or maybe before the 7th, you definitely increase your chances of a victory.
1-2, got him. Yep. So Colbert strikes out. That's 11 for Solometo. Now we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 2-0 Eustace here on BFA.
with a mission of facilitating and sustaining economic growth.
That's Greg Zerbe in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here we go in the Diamond Classic Championship on BFA. Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Tom Ryder. We got Keith Williams here from the tournament helping out with our ball strike count. And Josh Friedman still has a headset. And truth be told, I was the one that put the curse on this first. I did say we were flying by, so I have to be honest. So as more people coming to see us here in the broadcast booth. Yeah, no early dinner.
No early dinner for you.
Thank you.
By the way, the game I kept referring to, and I couldn't remember who it was Kingsway.
All right.
Kingsway was the game at Petrutz, obviously up at the plate. They hit that 2-run homer the last time Solometo was out.
Top of the order, Ian Petrutz, who was on base twice, scored twice.
You know, this guy, you know, again, Solometo, the last few times he's pitched, he hasn't gotten much run support. He's, you know, offense has struggled to generate, and Petrutz has taken it personally. You know, he said multiple times he's not going to let that happen again. And you've seen the way he's played, the way he's run the bases today, that he is not going to let this game be – he wasn't going to let this game be 0-0 through 6 innings like it's been for Solometo the last few times he's played. You know, the way he's run, the way you can tell just he's out of the gates fast today. And he's taken it upon himself. You know, that first run, 2 stolen bases in the air, he created that first run all on his own. So he's living up to that promise he kept Solometo. He's not going to he's going to get runs for his pitcher, whatever it takes.
So we've gotten the local flavor, and I guess I went to Twitter. Oh man, got a hold of that one.
To center, right at Montone, 1 out. Go ahead.
So I went to Twitter, and I had thrown it out there that Nathan Rohde, the national scouting director of PBR, was in the house, and maybe he would give us some more intel. So sure enough, some of the guys from PBR were like, Nate, get over there.
Yeah.
So give us the national flavor. I mean, this guy ranked number 19 in the country in PBR right now, and how's he doing? What's the metrics look like right now?
He's looking good. He's been anywhere from 88 to 93. He was holding 90-93 pretty much throughout the first 3 or 4 innings. As you can imagine from that lower slot that he's got some arm side run. The slider, not really working for him tonight. I know it's better than what we're seeing tonight. But he's used it quite a bit. About half of his strikeouts are on the slider, I would say, and the other half on the fastball.
Yeah, his ability to switch it up, that one's fouled out into the right field side there. You know, Nate, we were talking earlier on the broadcast, so my son, of all people, was actually catching him, and he had said, hey, by far, I think he's the best pitcher that I've ever caught, and he's caught pro bullpens.
Oh, boy.
Deep into left field. Raccaboldo's going to have to play it off the fence.
Oh, my. Get wheels.
Sulpizio with a double. Just missed a home run.
Absolutely crushed it. Hands inside the baseball, turned on it. And you look at Sulpizio, he just got good length. Yeah, he has a tendency to barrel up a lot of balls, and he showed it there. 1 out, runner in scoring position. Why not?
Heavy air tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Good luck with that.
We'll bring up the first baseman, Oliva. David is 1 for 2. Make it 2 for 3. That's going to find the gap in right center. Sulpizio coming around the score. They're going to throw to second. Safe, 3-0. The double by David Oliva.
Big time clutch hit there by David Oliva. We're talking about the magnificent pitching performance all year long, and clearly in this game with Solometo. But Nathan Rohde, one of the things I've been told is his fastball from Solometo looks like an average pitcher's slider. It just has that much movement on it.
It definitely has quite a bit of movement on it. A scout sitting over there next to me, you know, he threw one of his – it was a fastball, I think it was like 89-90. He said if you didn't have the radar gun up on it, you would have thought that was a changeup with the way that it moved. It, like, was arm side and it dove. So that lower slot that he's got definitely gets some good movement on it, and it's really tough to square it up. You know, Williamstown made him work in that first inning, but other than that, you know, it's pretty much swings and misses and weak contact the rest of the night.
Nate, what do you think of this kid, the catcher, Pisacreta?
I mean, looking pretty good.
tough, tall order
like,
to catch that all night.
It certainly is. To catch a guy like that is tough. I mean, he's strong. I think he had a barrel in his first at-bat. That's another one right there.
That's a barrel, too. Roccabaldo chasing it back, and this one's over his head. Another run and a single for Pisacreta, and it is 4-0 as Oliva scores.
Hit it so hard that it didn't have time for him to get to second.
No, that was a missile right off of the fence. And Josh Friedman, this is something that you've been seeing consistently all year long, where you should be consistently asking the question, where has the Eustace offense been? And it looks like it showed up tonight.
Yeah, they've played better the last few weeks, the last few games, I should say, since that Kingsway game, I should say. Petrutz has played better. The three guys that are hitting really today, Petrutz, Oliva, Pisacreta have all played really well the last few games, and you're seeing it. They're barreling balls today. Sulpizio had a nice one. I think if they get 4 runs a game in the playoffs, I don't see how they don't win a state championship. I just don't see it with that pitching staff. They could have a bad game, but they're certainly a favorite. I think if you ask Sam right now, I'll give you 4 runs. If I give you 4 runs a game, that's it. In the playoffs, you take it. I think he'd say, heck yeah, without a doubt.
That's a no-brainer.
Well, Ian Petrutz, the Maryland commit, is just a freak show athlete. Nate, I know he's been high on your radar even over the last couple of years. Now he's getting ready to graduate, headed to be a Terp down in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
You surprised the guy with that kind of build? He looks like even in a college player, in my opinion, he's like a 3 or 4 hole hitter. But Coach Trope has him at the top of the lineup just to get him more at bats.
You get him more at bats, and also, give some protection to your order and force guys. Because I mean, if you got one of your better hitters at the top of the order in high school, like what's the opponent going to do? They going to put you on in the first inning?
Yeah.
I mean, so we see that quite a bit. You got a standout hitter that might be a middle of the order hitter at the next level. You put him at the top of your lineup. I mean, you even see in the big leagues, the best hitters on each team are hitting the 2-hole. Mike Trout sitting in the 2-hole.
Yeah.
That way, he at least has a chance for a guy to be on, and he's getting more at bats, and
Petrutz also has good speed. I mean, he's not. It's not like he's lagging out there in the field. Again, you saw in the first at bat, the infield single, 2 stolen bases. He created that run all his own.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't like when I see him square up to bunt. I've seen that a few too many times from him this year. I don't love seeing that from him, but I get why he does it. I just want to see that kid swing the bat because I think he has. I love the way he puts the barrel on the ball.
2-2 to Ref Rogers at the plate. 2 runs in for the Crusaders. I have a question for you. What time did you get here to get that seat right behind the plate?
How much of a psycho do you want me to sound like? I was here about two and a half hours early, and I always feel crazy when I'm here that early. But last 2 times I've done that, Chase Petty and now Solometo, I was not the first one here, so it made me feel a little bit better. I got here, I put my stuff down, and then I went over to Duffield's.
He did. So he knows. So again, we're joined in the booth by PBR, the Prep Baseball Report National Scouting Director Nathan Rohde, and the Courier Post Josh Friedman. So, Josh, you know some of these local good establishments. I mean, Duffield's coming up big. This guy, his wife from Washington Township.
Look, I'm not going to lie, and this will make me sound bad about South Jersey. I have not gotten out much. I don't know where you're talking about.
What? Come on. It's 10 minutes from here. They're closed now, but it's 10 minutes from here, and it's a little farmer's market, grocery store.
That's going to drop.
If you ever get there, apple cider cinnamon donuts and the apple cake.
Especially with your kids. Dude, they would they love you already, but they love you even more.
I've lived in Egg Harbor and I've lived in Marlton. Pitman's not exactly my roadhouse here. So, Nate, I actually got a question for you. The way Solometo's pitched this year, I've heard rumors he was more a 3rd, 4th round guy to start this season.
Okay.
Beginning of the year. Where do you see him fitting in right now? Because I see the mock drafts lately. He has been in that 1st round consistently now. Has he pitched that good? Has he really improved his stock that much in the eyes of scouts?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I think, from our perspective, we had him, at worst, 2nd, 3rd rounder coming into the season. But he's pitched well this year. He's shown a sharp breaking ball at times, obviously not tonight. But you look at the athleticism. You saw him almost make that play, to the third base side. The arm works, the fastball's there. It's 90-93 with above average plus movement. And then just look at the projection on him. The upside is the 1st round, but I could see the sweet spot being one of those competitive balanced supplemental picks. Worst case, 2nd round.
Ovechka brings a run home, and it's now 5-0, and Jimmy Slade back to the mound, and this might be it for Greg Zerbe.
Yeah, 5-run lead with Solometo, still well within an efficient pitch count. feels like a very tall order.
It certainly does. What do you tell me? I mean, obviously, you know, guys, I'm the national guy, and the Jersey guys are going to give me a hard time for this. What do we got on Greg Zerbe? He's a senior. He's uncommitted because he looked pretty good tonight, you know, despite the 5-0.
Yeah, Greg Zerbe is another guy that actually works out with Solometo in the summertime. So he's out of, he's with Brian Kulick, the head coach of Rutgers Camden. He has a complete pitcher academy. He's a guy, a little bit of a late bloomer. I think not having last year kind of kept him under the radar.
Yeah.
But he definitely has some interest everywhere that we go. Get a lot of asked about it, and I think he's got options. And so right now he's basically trying to figure out.
87 the first, some low spin, so a little bit of sink on it. So yeah, just an interesting arm for Williamstown. They put up a fight. You know, it might not look at it by the scoreboard being 5-0, but they put up a good fight tonight.
Hey, they've turned a lot of heads. You know, Josh Freeman can attest to the fact that I think early on they were kind of flirting of, hey, would they be in the top 15, top 20 kind of rankings preseason, and that was just South Jersey. And then you got Kevin Minnick over there from AdvancedMediaNewJersey.com and JT Kroger, and they've had Williamstown elevate to the number 2 team in the state. So a guy like Zerbe has been a big piece of it, but I would also tell you the athleticism that runs rampant in this team. You kind of look back to the fall. I see so many of their football players that are out here, Josh.
Yeah, it's, you know, and I said it before, this Williamstown team hits. And, you know, watching as many games as teams I've had, good teams this year, not many teams I can say hit in South Jersey consistently. Mainland's one of them. That lineup, I love that lineup around Chase Petty. But Williamstown's probably the deepest, most consistent lineup I've seen day in and day out. And that's what gives them a chance every day. Their pitching's good. Zerbe and Chris Montone, who's out in center field, a good 1-2 punch. I think they're definitely they should be the Group 4's top seed when the seedings come out tomorrow. I think they're going to be hard to beat. Again, good arms, really good bats. And in South Jersey, I haven't seen a ton of great batting teams all season.
So the change made by Slade, Doolin will go to the mound from shortstop. Zerbe will go to first, and Matt McIntyre from first will go to short. Caught up?
That's a lot.
5-0 to score.
Oh.
And there's a wild pitch that goes over DiDonato's head, and both runners move up. So Eustace with 2 on and 2 out, already with 3 runs in here in the 5th. So, obviously, Chase Petty is on everybody's mind. Mock drafts, we had Bob Petty the other night down the shore. We talked to him, and he said mock drafts mean absolutely nothing.
They don't. I mean, especially this far out. You know what? They get clicks, and everybody likes to talk about them. Yeah. You ask anybody that puts together a mock draft, they hate the process. They hate doing it. But people love to read them, love to talk about them. And, I mean, we do them ourselves. We haven't done our first one yet. We like to wait a little bit longer. But, I mean, he's right. Like, they're fun to talk about. But this far out, you know, the only feedback you'll really get if you try to, like, put it out there and show the teams, like, hey, we got this guy to you, they're going to say, they won't tell you, like, oh, yeah, you're kind of on there. They'll just tell you when you're really off.
Yeah.
and that helps. That helps with the intel. But, I mean, especially this far out, like, some of that stuff is a crapshoot 2 weeks out, let alone 2 months, 6 weeks, that sort of thing. But they are fun to talk about, and, you know, why wouldn't you do them?
Yeah. This is Trey Martin, the designated hitter.
I don't know if I'm putting you on the spot, Nate, and I don't know if I kind of feel bad for asking this question, but I'm going to do it. You obviously got 2 of the top pitchers in high school in South Jersey here, Petty and Solometo. How do you stack them up?
Well, I got Petty over him right now. You know, we talk about like who ranks where and in what order, and obviously they have numbers, you know, 1 through whatever next to them that separate them. But Shooter Hunt, who's a New Jersey native, you guys probably know, we talk about this all the time. The best way to look at it is in tiers. You've got your upper echelon guys. Right now, Jordan Lawler, Marcelo Mayer, you know, being potential top 5 picks. Those guys are kind of grouped together. You're splitting hairs with them.
Lawler is a nasty guy,
He's
too.
really, really good. So, and then you got your next group who's kind of, you know, that middle to back of the first round, you know, where I've got, you know, Petty, and then in that next group is Solometo. So, you know, if Solometo makes a jump with his slider, you know, then, yeah, you might be splitting hairs between him and Petty. But right now, you know, I've got Petty lined up first. The fastball's explosive. The slider's ahead of Solometo's right now. But, I mean, Anthony's not far behind.
Colbert ends the inning, but not before Eustace puts 4 on the board. And we'll go to the top of the 6th in the Diamond Classic Final at 6-0 Eustace here on BFA. We are now in the top of the 6th inning here in the Diamond Classic Final here on BFA. Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Tom Ryder. We got Keith Williams here from the tournament, and we still have Josh Friedman from the Courier Post and Nathan Rohde from PBR, the national guy, so not even local. So where'd he go?
Yeah, there he is.
I'm right
No,
here.
he's right behind you.
Hey,
I
hey,
was
there
told
you go.
to step back so you can see my face. I
Oh, all
guess.
right.
There you go.
So you had mentioned Chase Petty somewhere in the middle to the late first round. How can you say that when a kid throws 102 miles an hour? What's your reasoning behind that? And I'm sure everybody else has asked you the same thing.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be a top 10 pick, but it's because he's a high school right-hander. It's the riskiest demographic when it comes to the MLB draft. So teams, while they certainly value him that highly on his stuff, the risk factor for him is so high that it just pushes guys down. And it's not necessarily anything that's wrong with Chase himself. It's just that demographic statistically. I mean, everything we do in baseball is about statistics, right?
Right.
And history tells us that high school right-handers are the riskiest group and have the least success of the guys that we pick in the draft.
By the way, 12 strikeouts for Solometo tonight.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
take
But
that.
the fact that you mentioned these are right and you said it's risky, is it because there's so many of them?
Yeah, so it's definitely, obviously our population is mainly right-handed, and there's more pitchers than there are any other position on the field, specifically speaking. So, yes, there are more of them, and I think that plays into the factor of why, more have less success than you would hope. But there's also other factors into it. High school guys are hard to project and predict as it is because they're so far away from making the big leagues. And then when you wrinkle injuries into it, it just it ups that risk factor.
What's the safest position to pick? What's the safest position? The draft is so.
Probably a college arm or a college hitter. And if you want to get a little bit more specific about it, anything up the middle. Because up the middle is where your best athletes play, and you're also on the better end of the defensive spectrum. So if you're starting in the middle and you have to slide down the defensive spectrum, at least you're sliding to a corner. Whereas if you're starting on a corner, you're sliding off the field, for lack of a better phrase.
Well, Coach Ryder said, when I asked him, I said, what makes him so attractive beating Solometo? And the first thing out of his mouth was left-hander.
Left-hander, absolutely. You take the left-handedness, the athleticism, the size, the projection. Like, he's got good size right now if you look at him. He could walk into the big leagues and, physically look the part. But he's also going to get stronger. There is still room for him to grow. But being left-handed is a commodity in baseball. Left-handed hitters, left-handed pitchers.
And I think one thing he has, too, is that he's all over the place. I mean, he's got body parts going all over the place.
He does.
But somehow they get in the
It
direction
works.
of going home.
And that tells us how athletic he is. When
Right.
you have that many moving parts and you're able to repeat and throw strikes with it, that tells us how athletic he is.
I don't mean to sound sarcastic, but
No.
you don't want to get somebody really to try and make too many changes in him
Absolutely
right now.
not, no.
Let him alone. Let him go until he has
100%.
a problem, and then we can make some minor adjustments.
Exactly. Yeah, we like to say, let the guys fail on their own first, and then we'll make adjustments.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I think
not
we've
to
got
cut
one.
off the party here, gentlemen, but it looks as if Chris Losey, they've made a decision to call time here on the game with the weather.
I'll tell you what, it was about 3 innings after I expected it to happen.
Right. I'm with you.
Hey, you shouldn't have said that.
It was actually because of the off-field umpires that are standing by the fence. They gave it to Jim Tumalo, and they brought it to his attention. Lightning in the area, that's the rule, and you have to do what you have to do. So now we're in that holding pattern right now.
Yeah, one of the big things, too, when you talk about hitting, rather obviously you can figure out, hate to use the terminology old school, but I'm pretty much old school. I mean, I think there's some real value to the data and analytical parts and everything, but sometimes, hey, you got to let people play, you got to let people hit.
You sure do. And, I mean, the analytics are great. The data is all very interesting. But like anything else in the game, they're all just pieces to the puzzle.
Right.
So when you can find a way to blend the old school and the new school, judging the physical tools of a player but also looking at the analytics, the ones that do that are the ones that are going to be the most successful.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because I agree with that 100%. But when you're just spending a lot of time with exit velo and launch angle and everything, I mean, sometimes you spend too much time on that instead of let's go back and letting the kid hit.
Indeed.
So as you hear the PA announcer here, Will Morris, just explain to the crowd here, and it's a big crowd, that we are officially in a lightning delay, and by high school rules, college as well, you need 30 minutes of no lightning. if there's another bolt that's visible
Clock
within that
starts
30
again.
minutes, we restart the clock. So, I mean, we're not far from Atlantic City, but this is a safe bet that we'll have another bolt of lightning within 30 minutes.
Yeah, I
and
would
then
think
another
so.
one.
Yeah, I would think so, and I think that's the sign for me to grab my camera and do my post-game stand-up, because if I don't get it in now, it might be coming from inside the car.
100%. So we're taking a quick look at the radar, and we may be most of the same because our equipment is very allergic to water.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
I would. I'd be ready to run.
Yeah,
Nathan Rohde, thanks for joining us, bud.
Thanks for having
nice
me
to
again,
meet
guys.
you.
It was always a pleasure to
Yeah.
be in
Thank
Jersey
you.
and watch some baseball. I look forward to doing it again sometime.
All right, Prep
by
Baseball
Duffins.
Report, National Scouting Director Nathan Rohde. Make sure you visit prepbaseballreport.com. Get your profile and get your rankings. # be seen.
This is us here. We are at the Alcyon Park complex, a beautiful complex. And the truth be told, there may have been some other bolts that were earlier, but we are in an official game right now. And if we want to bring Keith Williams back, that would be a really good idea, because he can tell us if we do have to play 7 or can we be official. And I think he's now conferring with those umpires that are over there, if we can get a shot of that.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah, they are right there.
We'll take a look at these guys here.
Right. That's them right there. And, you know, you'd think it's an umpiring clinic with all the guys that are here, but you have 6 on the field and you had 3 or 4 here on the other side of the fence. So we're just sitting here waiting and see if we can get Keith to come over.
I think if it was an umpire clinic, we'd have you out there in the middle
Oh,
giving
boy.
directions, I think.
Yeah, like a traffic
could
cop.
be an unfair assumption, but I think I sense that in your personality.
Yeah,
Not being sarcastic.
Not at all. I've done many of them. That's fine. But, no. Let's see. Now, Keith isn't really talking to anybody.
So
we can steal him.
This is so we can zoom in a little bit here, boys.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, it looks like light precipitation. I'm not a big fan of weather.com. We're the free Discovery Plus ad that we're running right now.
The streaming home of Yum.
Yes, well, it is what it
See
is.
if you can crop it out of there. You know, you
Yeah,
do the zoom.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But that is kind of what we're up against, but it's a lightning delay. So no baseball for the next 25 minutes or so plus. So we will we'll step aside. We'll keep the camera rolling for now, and we'll let you know kind of where we stand with things here at BFA. So stay tuned, everybody. Hang in there.
Oh, the worst thing that could have happened.
finishes with 90 pitches.
And
All right.
we are back.
Believe we're back. Oh, you know what?
You are looking at finally a pitching change. Way to get Anthony Solometo out of the game. 11 strikeouts. He was dominating. And then the lightning delay comes. And now here we are with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. And it was a 3-0 count. There we go.
Now batting center fielder Chris
There we go. We're good to
Chris
go
Montone
now.
is a 3-0 count. Yep. And there's a strike call. 3-1. So we had a really good visit, unfortunately, because of the weather delay, but real good visit with the umpires. We were talking to the umpires. They do not get any compensation for this championship. Through shortstop, Ralph Rogers can't handle it. It's in for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner for the Braves. Here in the top of the 6th as we resume play here in the Diamond Classic Championship game.
third baseman Ryan Ackey.
That's what you kept alluding to.
What's that?
No compensation.
Oh, no. See, no. It's still early enough and things are open, and Mr. Stasic will go into his pocket.
McDonald's, baby. Da-da-da-da-da.
You want to love it, huh?
Yeah.
You're loving it.
I'm loving it.
Or you can go
Dom
first,
Romani is
or you can
the
go first class and say Mickey D's.
yeah, right. Dom Romani, the new pitcher for the Crusaders, and with a 6-0 lead. Solometo sits. 11 Ks, Doug. Unofficially.
Williamstown was pretty excited about the lightning delay.
I had a chance to. There's a check swing. Ball gets through. Montone will take second on that. The batter is Ryan Akey, the third baseman.
Don't sleep on Romani. This is a deep Eustace pitching staff, and he's got a great opportunity to step up right here, as he's done many a times in relief this season.
The Braves are the runner in scoring position, trailing 6-0. Bounce to third, and right through Auerbach. So now the Braves have 2 on with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And it's Matt McIntyre up. McIntyre now at shortstop. In the triple switch that Jimmy Slade made back in the 5th inning. Talked to Brody Colbert's father, Brian, and it was just a precautionary thing. He had a knee bothering him since football season, he said. It's an MRI, and the results will come back tomorrow.
Thank you for that information. Okay.
Brian Colbert's the man. The man with the spatula, the grills at the Williamstown football games. 1-strike pitch. Down and away, it's 1-1. So you're looking at Matt McIntyre. Greg Zerbe on deck. Curveball's there.
Yes, it is.
1 ball and 2 strikes. If we get another raindrop, I swear.
Easy.
The 1-2. Up the middle and through. The Braves get a run on the RBI single by McIntyre. Everybody else moves up. Akey to second, and it's now 6-1. And 2 more on for the Braves.
Don't look now.
Hit them where they ain't, right, Coach?
What makes that work is every baseball field in New Jersey is as hard as a rock now. Every one.
Yeah.
First baseman Greg Zerbe.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Zerbe takes a strike. Two on, 2 out for the Braves. They have a run in, trail 6-1. He went too far, but the ball goes to the backstop. But now Zerbe's in a hole, 2 strikes with second and third now. I would bet this is going to be another hook.
Think so?
I do.
You do think so? All
I
right.
do. What do you think?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It is.
It's a good call. Good
Did he
job.
go? Appeal. He did not go. So it's now 1-2 to Greg Zerbe. 2 on for the Braves. Again with a run in. This is the Diamond Classic Championship here on BFA Sports. Fastball high.
He did not go. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Fastball high.
That was it.
Still 1-2. Keith Williams, you were amazed at the fact that I've called the last 2 pitches right. I'm done.
Stop while you're ahead.
Yeah. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another curveball, and he struck him out.
Nice job by Romani, dealing like he's in Atlantic City.
Game. Chris Losey, Doug Stasic, Tom Ryder, Keith Williams is off on the side for us. We appreciate all the help you're doing for us. And I do want to ask you first, the decision to come back, obviously there was no lightning. Heaven forbid, we would have been here all night though, right? We weren't calling this one, no problem with curfew, anything like that, right?
No, we would have waited. We have to extend it if we have to. We would have waited as long as we could.
So no curfew though. We're here all night if we needed to be.
We're not given one, no.
That's good to hear.
Well, luckily we were in the 6th inning, so we didn't need a whole lot of time left.
Well said.
Yep, very good.
A run for the Braves in their half of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and again, Ian Petrutz leading off, the right fielder, and he bounces one up the middle, and that's the 3rd hit of the game.
He just
for
hits.
Petrutz.
He just hits.
2 runs scored for him. He's the leadoff base runner in the 6th for the second baseman, Sulpizio.
I know you don't have a headphone, Keith. You did a very good job staying out of that trap he was trying to set.
I feel a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, well, how about that? He's on a headset now.
Grab his cord so he's not
but you know
choking
what,
himself.
Let's get that microphone close to that. There you go.
That's better.
How's it going, Keith? Thanks.
Doing well.
Thanks for all your help. We appreciate it. Doing a great job.
Big time.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Athletic director at Triton, and you said that Trope asked you to get involved as there's a ground ball. Akey throws to nobody, and it goes in the outfield. So that's an error on the Brave third baseman, and 2 on to start the bottom of the 6th for the Crusaders. But how did you get involved?
So I've been involved with the South Jersey baseball coaches when I was coaching as well. And when I stopped coaching, I was still involved. I'm one of the vice presidents. And then Trope has basically been running himself the last couple of years. So this year he kind of approached me to kind of help him out and get a little more involved with the running the tournament, take a little load off of him. And I was happy to do that, be a part of it. This was a great tournament back when I was in school, and just happy to keep it going for these kids. It's great.
So what's your role now? Do you have a title?
Well, I'm told I'm tournament director. But, yeah.
Hey, well, look at you.
Yeah.
Moving up.
Then where's the T-shirts?
How about that?
So,
well, when they went away from the – sorry about that. Do your play-by-play?
Ooh! Nah, you're just adding good value to his play-by-play.
When we went away from the common sites and we didn't have the luncheon this year, which that's when we give the sites their T-shirts.
Right.
And we would give the teams their T-shirts. But we didn't have the luncheon this year. So we really had no way to get shirts to the teams. And then they're all at their own high schools. So this year we did the online store where teams could go in and order their shirts, and the fans wanted to order them.
Leva fouls that one back. He's got 2 hits today as well. We're here with Keith Williams, the self-appointed tournament director of the Diamond Classic. I remember our days at Rutgers Camden, and that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had some good years there.
What do you think of that program? That's it. Levis sends it to right center in the gap. Diving attempt, and it's on the ground. So the Crusaders are going to get one. Petrut scores for the third time today, and it's 7-1.
He's got 3 hits too, right?
Yes, he does.
Catcher Sebastian
Chris Montone came in to pitch, and I don't know who came into center field, but that effort was amazing.
It's a heck of an effort right there.
So nobody out here in the Crusaders' 6th. A run in and 2 on. And this is Sebastian Pisacreta, catcher. His day didn't start too well, did it, Keith?
No, it did not. He bounced back pretty well, though. Very resilient.
Coach, I know you wanted to say something.
Oh, man, we're throwing around a lot of SAT words here.
To third, they're going to come home, and Akey's throw, and DiDonato can't handle it. Here comes another run to the plate. And out is the call.
Doesn't matter. All good.
Oliva tried to steal one. Montone covering, and they do get the out at home. But another run in. It's now 8-1 Crusaders.
Shortstop Raph Rogers.
Funny game how things turn around real quick, isn't it?
Number 1, Connor Spring.
So Raph Rogers to the plate, and as you heard Will Morris say, Connor Spring is now into the game to run for Pisacreta. Strike. DiDonato's having struggles catching the ball tonight. In the light, maybe? Bobby's an excellent catcher, has a caught stealing tonight.
Yeah, he does a real nice job behind the plate.
That curveball just misses. 1-1. His father was famous for an unusual hobby, if you will, actually an avocation. He saw programs at Citizens Bank Park for years. Back at Veterans Stadium, too.
Probably tell you some good stories.
And now he just got one. Oh, yeah. Doug is feverishly working the cell phone, obviously, for the next assignment that we have, right, Doug?
Exactly.
Jim Tumolo out to give DiDonato more time. You got Coach on the phone, too.
Looking for some help for you. Trying to figure these things out here.
Let's order a pizza. Count is 2-1 to Raph Rogers. Somewhere a cross between Carolina Blue and Mickey D's. 2 balls and a strike.
Wow.
Here's the 2-1. Fastball is on the corner.
Well, around here, here's your choices. The way we're going out. Carolina Blues or Wawa.
Yeah. God bless Raph Rogers. He thought it was strike 3. He walked off. The 2-2. Now it's strike 3. Strikeout for Montone. And that is the second out of the 6th. 2 runs in for the Crusaders. They lead 8-1 in the Diamond Classic final. These teams haven't met in 4 years. There's a little nugget.
They haven't met in 4 years. 2015? No, it was longer than that.
17?
I think it was longer than that.
It said 2017 on the NJ.com thing.
All right.
Off speed is there. It's 2 strikes. Eustace won that game, according to NJ.com.
Wow.
Well, maybe we can ask Minnick to confirm, because if that's where you're saying you had read it.
Yeah. Unless I read it wrong. Where is Kevin?
Hey, Kev, these guys haven't played since 2017?
2017.
They haven't played? These two guys?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Strikeout to end the inning. What's that, Kev?
So
Oh, he's
don't know.
posting. He
Don't
hung
know.
up.
Don't know.
Two
He's
more
tweeting.
for the Crusaders. We're going to the 7th. Last chance for the Braves. 8-1 Eustace here on BFA.
So I should have mentioned that I was part of Eustace's first Diamond Classic winning team.
You were.
Very good, yeah.
Oh. As we turn to the top of the 7th inning and the last chance here for the Braves.
And to bring back a real old-timer, JG was the first winning Diamond Classic coach.
And how about he was the first coach to win it twice?
Yep,
Won it at Camden Catholic in '74 and then at Eustace in '87.
87.
Chock full of knowledge here to the left of me.
Want to give a shout out to my brother from another, Al Fisher. I hope he's resting up comfortably in his
Yeah.
lazy boy at home, because
Yeah.
if there's one thing he can be, it's lazy.
Wow.
Sent a text message an hour before game time.
On April 29th, 2017,
That's it.
Eustace won 7-2.
So in their last matchup, April 29th, 2017, Kevin Minnick has confirmed that Eustace won that matchup 7-2.
So I did read it correctly.
Hooked on phonics.
Sometimes Bridges has a full count here. So it'll be Kyle Bridges, Joey Reccabaldo, and Matt Cerrucci. Second inning work for Dom. Chopped at the plate. Stays 3-2.
And Josh Friedman had made a good point. I mean, they're not in the same conference, and one's a public school, one's a non-public school. So the chances of them meeting up, unless it was one of the tournaments or like the Diamond, is about probably the only time you would usually see it.
Lifted in the air to shallow left.
I'll
That's
tell you
one
what,
out.
that's a nice play out there because that ball got above the lights.
Augustin
That got
stuck
above the
right
lights.
with it. Cool as
The other
breeze.
side. Oh, okay.
the late great Stuart Scott.
Yeah. Joey Reccabaldo up.
That's one of my favorite sayings, man. Oops.
Doesn't have a hit yet.
That's
Foul
a real
away.
confidence booster.
It's all right. I know his parents.
Wow.
Mr. Optimism.
Mom and Dad will be tweeting out here now.
He is a great linebacker. He's going to Rowan. He might be in the secondary, but
Hey, you can say hello right here.
does a
Hey,
real good
wave.
job. Hi, Cheryl.
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, just take a picture of the screen. Give
Found
me
that
1
on the
second.
way. Okay. Okay.
That sounds like something. That sounds like something I would do with technology. How do you do
Did
that?
You were neighbors for a long time?
Oh,
So did you move
no.
out of the neighborhood? That,
Oh, no.
I was going to say, he probably lowered the value of your home, unfortunately. You got to write her a check. Hurry up. Get it out.
1-2. Did he go? He did.
He's got a big pool, so I gotta be nice to him.
Joey strikes out. It's the second out of the inning.
Is that it? Pool?
I'm sorry?
Got a big pool?
I do.
Oh, my God. What, Olympic size?
No, that's
okay.
real big.
All right.
No.
He needed something when he was training for the decathlon.
Oh, jeez. No, but it's picture time.
Oh, boy.
There you go.
And it is all about you.
No, it's her. 1 strike,
How
Brody
about
Colbert.
this? Good job.
Dom Romani, second inning of relief work of Anthony Solometo.
Romani is locked in.
11 Ks for Solometo. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, Brody Colbert. Talk about football. This kid's going to Sacred Heart. Heart and soul of that Braves football team last year. 1-1. Line to second on 1 hop. And Colbert's going to stay alive. The Braves live for another batter. So Pizio couldn't handle that one. Now we're going to get a pinch runner.
Catcher
JC and Shaw is going to run for Brody Colbert.
For Brody Colbert. Number 9, Jason Shaw.
Shaw will run with 2 outs, top of the order for Bobby DiDonato.
Whatever was bothering him still is.
Yeah. Up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Keith, 6 umpires, really?
Well,
I had to get that in.
we want to bring out the best. You know, these kids deserve the best, and
That's perfect because Losey's not on the crew, so you just validated everything we knew.
I knew as soon as I heard that come out of Keith's mouth, I wondered where we were going to go with this.
I mean, Keith just put that on the tee.
Yeah.
It's like, here you go, dog, swing.
1-1. Popped up. This could do it. Sulpizio is under it. And the Crusaders have won the Diamond Classic.
For Williamstown in the 7th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left.
Ah, the dog pile.
Romani finished
One of the best traditions, something we haven't seen in way too long. And
Yep.
hats off. Look, they're just throwing the whole cooler. Forget it. They got helmets, coolers, shoes, cleats. Throw it all in there, boys. You earned it.
Coach, you did a great job tonight with the scoreboard, man.
I appreciate it. I worked really hard. I practiced. I have to go do my my self-appointed
Presentation?
job right now.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, man.
And
Great
hey,
seeing you again.
Chris is a great umpire. I can vouch for that on a personal level.
Yeah. Good. He's great for wiffle ball.
Let me give you that. Let me give you that Finsky.
Give me the fin. Thanks, guys.
We
All
better
right,
say
man.
goodbye
See you
now.
Thanks again. We're going to stick around for this trophy
We'll
presentation.
give him the trophy presentation.
How about that?
for today's game.
So, as Will Morris in the background gives the final stats, 8-1 the final. Anthony Solometo, 5 innings, 11 strikeouts, and then we had the lightning delay. Your thoughts on him?
Very good, very good pitcher.
There's a guy. Grab the headset
Very
real
good,
quick,
very
Coach.
good.
We'll torture you while you're here.
Yeah.
You know, first of all,
First round of the Group 4 playoffs, most likely against the Fighting
you knew I wanted to bring you in, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sorry, I thought you were Bryce Harper. Ryan Kulik, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, so
My very, very, very good friend who never gave me a hard time until he wanted strike 3 on the corner.
Ain't that the
Good
truth?
to see you, pal.
Hey, you too, man.
Did
Good
you
to
know
see
which corner?
Probably the one, Broad Street and something else.
So, so I'm looking at Kulik, and he's proudly wearing the complete pitcher academy gear because it's the only thing he could. So he had both
Absolutely.
starting pitchers. So as good as
Wow.
Solometo is, which everybody knows about, Coach, not a lot of people know the story about Zerbe. He's a diamond in the rough in his own right.
Yeah, he's a late bloomer. I mean, he was last year throwing 80, 82, and he had a big jump this offseason in velocity and got a lot of attention. I thought he threw the ball well tonight. He had a couple, he made a couple bad pitches, but other than that, I thought he threw the ball really well tonight. I really do.
Nathan Rohde from PBR mentioned that he was impressed with him as well.
Yeah, he's got really good stuff. You know, he's really matured over the years, and he's gotten better. He's put in the work. He works really hard. Elizabethtown got a good one. That's where he's going next year, and they got a really good one.
Yeah, I thought he did an excellent job, too. I really did. I mean, coming into this stage with Solometo pitching, and he's over here for the Williamstown Braves. I mean, that's a big chore to handle right there all at once.
Huge stage for him. I thought he did well.
So I'm going to lay it out to you now. I've been asking this question to pretty much everybody. First round, Chase Petty, Anthony Solometo. What are your thoughts?
I mean, they're both unbelievable pitchers. They both have a bright future. I'm not going to say anyone's better than the other. They're both really good pitchers. I think from seeing both of them, they are future first-round draft picks. And I think that they both have a very long career in the big leagues one day. I truly believe that. And they, one's left-handed, one's right-handed, and obviously I'm a little biased because I'm left-handed as well.
So you partial to left-handers?
Yeah, I like to think that. But Chase is unbelievable. Throwing 100 miles an hour in high school, you don't see that every day. Solometo is just, as you saw today, he's polished. He can throw 3 pitches for strikes at any time.
Right.
And his mindset, his mental toughness is unbelievable.
Let's talk about these Crusaders real quick because they deserve it, too. I mean, they have not lost yet this year, rolling into the state playoffs. And why not with – look, okay, Solometo on the mound, but he doesn't pitch every game, and they've got the bats.
Yeah, they are. They're playing really good baseball right now. It's fun to watch. Obviously, I pay closer attention because, I have Solometo working with him, so I pay attention to them. They're doing a great job, and I wish them the best of luck, and I think they're going to make a good run.
Well, they hit the big time because they get the swag. Look at this.
Yeah, you got the caps, the hats, the shirts.
Yeah. I do got to comment on the uniforms, though. I'm a big fan of those uniforms. I do like those.
Are we going to see maybe some Rutgers Scarlet Raptors?
We might.
We might see, like that?
We might see those next year.
Might see something like that.
How did you do this year?
Next
question.
Yeah, we struggled. But I kind of expected that going into this year, and I'm not going to make excuses, but not having the field was extremely tough, and being on the road every game was extremely tough, and it wore us out. We had 17 bus trips this year.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, that's going to wear you down.
Yeah. That got rectified, though, right? You're going to play. They're going to fix.
Yeah, well, our field will be done in July. This summer it'll be complete, all turf, lights.
Oh, baby!
Is it at Campbell's?
No, they knocked that down.
They
so
did
we
not
have a
get
brand new facility. So
Nice.
I think that's going to help with recruiting and a lot of other things. We'll be able to actually practice on the field. We didn't practice at all on the field this year.
Yeah.
So it was difficult at times, but we made it work, and we did beat Rowan. So
yeah. Well, that's a good.
I'm sorry, I gotta throw that in there.
It's a good resume builder. Since you're a Rowan alum, you have to go there.
Mike Dixon is on the line. So
I wish them the best of luck in the regionals. They're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you how important that was. See, I know how important it was.
You have no idea.
I guess I do.
Yeah, it was very important to me. And the one thing that I said to my guys before we got off the bus, I said, I want you to know how much I care about you. Show me how much you care about me today by going out there and beating them. And they showed me a lot. And they went out there and they played their – literally, that was the best game we played all year. And it was a great moment. It's something that I'll probably never experience ever again.
I'll tell you what a lot of people don't realize, too, and I mean it sincerely because I've known you for a long time. You do an excellent job with Solometo, and I'll tell you why. Because we talked about it in the summertime. You're letting him do what he does best. Mm-hmm. I think, like we talked, a lot of people try to make some major changes because he has body parts going all over the place at the same time. But the end result is they're all heading towards home plate when it's release time.
Exactly, and it works for him. He is
right.
very unorthodox.
Absolutely.
We say he looks like he's like Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years when I first started working with him, and it works for him. He's got, like you say, he's got limbs going everywhere, and that's what makes him really hard to hit.
And then even to go back when you started with Petty or Solometo, I like the left-hander too, and I'm not left-handed. I like the lefty too.
But you were, when I asked you in the beginning, and you said the first thing you said was he's left-handed, and it's just a more valuable commodity. Taking nothing away from Chase, because I know Bob Petty's watching as well. Yeah.
Nah, it is awesome. A fantastic. Ryan, you think about the landscape of South Jersey baseball as a whole. To get these kind of arms out of the high school is pretty insane. But when you look at the level of collegiate ball, right, so you being the head coach for Rutgers, Camden, you talked about Rowan, your alma mater, then Jack champions this year, RCGC, Cumberland, and Gloucester, both top 5 nationally ranked teams in that division. There's a lot of options for some of these guys coming up that they don't have to fly far from the coop.
No, they really don't. And I think you're going to start to see that more. A lot of kids are not going to go as far. And I've seen so many kids go far away, and then they come they come right back home.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think with, like you said, all the good baseball that's being played right now, with all the local schools, you're going to see kids staying home.
And I was lucky enough to coach at all 3 places in 1 year, 2 years, Coach M.
Wow.
That was.
He made it easy on you.
No, he's a big influence on me. He really was.
Yep.
My junior and senior year, huge influence on me.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, it was great to see you.
Absolutely great seeing you guys,
Just,
as
real
always.
quick, did you get run this year?
Did I get thrown out in a game?
Yeah.
I actually did not.
Oh.
I did not.
Disappointing.
I lost the bet.
I tried to.
I lost it. Did you really?
I tried one game. I even
Oh.
told the umpire, I said, I'm going to try and get thrown out this game because we were playing bad. I wanted to try and
fire up the troops.
Yeah.
There you go.
It never got to that
Ryan
point.
Kulik, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having me.
This has been an incredible night. I mean, notwithstanding the 30-minute of the lightning delay that we had.
Yeah.
But, we're going to put a wrap on this one as Eustace is the winners of the Diamond Classic. Like Ryan said, I mean, poised into this, going into the state playoffs, but, don't sell these Braves short either, too.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
It's only their fourth
Yeah.
loss of the season.
I just hope from my aspect that I was able to fill Al Fisher's big shoes tonight since he was a late call in.
Well,
I got to fill his big shirt, that's for sure.
I'm texting him right now, and the good news is, Coach, Al Fisher's feet are very small. That's a true story. So
Okay,
you
thank you.
didn't have too much to fill.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so on camera, Doug's son, Drew. Charles Hope was here. Anybody I'll miss?
Yeah, my other son.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, that's my other son, Doug.
Junior,
Yes.
also on the crew. Okay, so with 3, that's not bad.
Yeah,
right?
not bad.
All right. He was the producer and director, actually, today, and he's one of the executive producers of BFA Sports, along with Al Fisher.
What's up, little man? There's a guy waving.
And Brian Murray. What's up, little guy? Career in broadcasting, it's all yours. All right?
Yeah.
For Coach Tom Ryder, for Doug Stasic, this is Chris Lozzi. Thanks for joining us on an incredible night here in Pitman as Eustace wins the Diamond Classic for 2021. Final score 8-1. We'll see you down the road as the NJSIAA playoffs are about to begin, and they'll be right here on BFA. Good night, everybody.
Good night.